You must acquire the virtues and knowledge how to have a good relationship and enjoy the relationship.
Right.
Don't simply marry and just, have fun with your marriage, enjoy it, be happy about it, get all the best pleasures from it, instead of looking at the negative aspects. That means you have to focus on how to make your wife happy, what she likes. All that you must take into account, give according.
Sometimes between a relationship, between a man and a woman, we think like this. We want to satisfy the other person, but then we feel like the other person is not doing the same.
That's why I said both have to learn. This is about a quality, Apart from royalty, you also make each other happy, so that they say, "Wow, it's fun to have marriage."
What is the limit? What is the limit to
Like what?
like, okay, now we cannot be together and it's divorce? Like, what is the limit? Like, a lot of people today, like they cheat, they be disloyal.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the limit to like, okay, we cannot be together anymore? What would you say is like the limit? Would you consider if the person sleeps with someone else is the limit? Would you consider if like they...
When you're married and someone, it is already like adultery. So that is not supposed
so
to be
would you
done.
say that's
so
the limit? Would you say that's the limit?
Don't go to that level.
Because we don't even have to look at marriage at this point. Even relationships between, when you're dating now, you are like sleeping with other people and stuff like that.
If you're not married, it's a different story. Of course, it's not good to do that, but if you're married, then you go into a lot of...
So what do you say about the people who are dating? Is that okay? Is that okay?
Like what?
The people who are dating and not married, it's okay to just sleep around?
My answer is, leave it to your conscience.
What do you mean?
You say leave it to your conscience.
So what, like you feel guilty?
What can you say? Hey, don't be sexually close. We cannot say all that. Leave it to your conscience. You know what?
Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about sex a little bit here and how that plays a huge role in finding your partner, or like plays a huge role in like determining your partner for life. Do you think that's a huge reasoning to determine your partner for life? Sex? Do you think sex plays a huge role in finding your partner for life?
Binding.
Finding. Yes. Do you think sex plays a huge role in finding a partner for life?
It cannot be the main single reason. No, sex is important.
So, is it okay to have sex before marriage?
I say I'm leaving it to your conscience.
Cha, you don't.
Because
what does that even mean?
Of course, according to teachings, you don't have sexual intercourse, but people go dating. We don't know what they're doing.
So
I cannot say. Then,
What if like you don't have sex before marriage, and then you find out like that's not it's not a good thing, and then then you lack satisfaction, and then you try to search for that somewhere else and things like that. Like what if that happens?
That can happen, but when you decide to get married, then you're already sexually involved with your wife and all that, you must endeavor to enjoy sexual relation with your wife. And
how important is sex in marriage?
Oh, initially it's very important.
Like top tier things?
In scale, yeah. It will rank as top. I mean, love, loyalty, that's all important. Of course, that's what.
Procreation, lah.
Yeah, because no. See, sex both for pleasure and procreation. Don't forget that. Don't think only for procreation. No. Why do I say that?
It's crazy. Because
See, the girl, they're not fertile 30 days. They're only fertile for 2 weeks. So only the 2 weeks you can procreate. The other days is for what? Pleasure.
Damn.
Pleasure. So it has got its pleasure and it's got its procreation.
You see, okay, let me ask you this, Cha. I was talking to my friend, men need to ejaculate, orgasm, in order to procreate. Women, they also have orgasms, but they don't need to ejaculate to procreate, to have a child. So, what is an orgasm to a woman? Solely pleasure? What is an orgasm to a woman? Why do they have orgasms? Why do women have orgasms for?
Then only they will look for sex because there is a pleasure there. I want to experience orgasm. Men is the same.
But men, you have to have an orgasm to give birth.
Yeah.
Women, they don't need to have an orgasm, also they can give birth.
But still, you need the egg.
I know that we're not talking about that.
Both contributing, not only men. But men, he has to.
That's why. So you're saying women have orgasms solely for pleasure.
The pleasure is created for procreation also.
I mean, they can have orgasms when they are fertile,
Yeah.
for sure, but they don't need to have an orgasm to give to have a child.
Yeah.
That's my that's like what is an orgasm to a
Yeah,
woman?
orgasm
I mean,
is
for
like-
a man, because I want to procreate, so I have to ejaculate.
Yeah.
For a woman, it's like I don't need to have orgasm my whole life. Also, I can give birth.
Yes. There are women who never experience orgasm. Do you know that? Not every woman can get orgasm.
That's
you know.
very baffling to me.
Not every woman can easily get orgasm. There are a lot of women never experience orgasm. Of course, the thrill of doing the sex is there, but the orgasm is the climax. Don't I?
But every man has experienced orgasm
Yeah,
because they have to ejaculate.
totally.
Wow, that's intense, Cha.
That's the way nature is.
We have like 30 million sperms, they have one egg.
What, 30 million?
50 million or whatever.
50, 60,
And they have one egg.
No, a few.
A few lah, okay lah, a few. In like what?
A few.
In 2 weeks. Not even in 2 weeks. In a couple of days, the ending, like the beginning or the middle of the period.
That's a
That's
few eggs, but it's so many sperm. Some secret there. I'm also thinking, why is so many sperm?
Which means we are supposed to, I mean not supposed to lah, but we can, for a man can orgasm every like, I don't know, 15 minutes or every like 5-10 minutes. But for a woman to, like procreate, they need to wait for like 2 weeks. I mean, what is the significance of that?
Yeah. For the egg to evolve and
What is the significance of that? Which means in a way, right, men have been like procreating. I can ejaculate here, I can ejaculate inside there and ejaculate like so many babies. But women have to wait.
So once the
What is period? What is a period? And why does it sink to the moon? Why is it a monthly thing?
egg the uterus lining for the fertilized egg to get stuck. There's a certain amount of period for the wall to develop.
And it's like you have to bleed and like it's like
Once the time over, the wall will break by itself and come out as a period.
right, and you have to go through pain and like
But we
bleeding.
don't- not all got pain like
Yeah,
some.
but still bleeding, cha.
Some people got pain.
I mean, a man, it's very hard for a man to comprehend that.
Hmm?
It's very hard for a man to comprehend that.
And why not?
Cha, come on, cha. It's like, your penis is bleeding like that. How?
Don't use the word bleeding. It is actually a breakdown product of the wall of the uterus. Comes out like a blood. It's not like a bleeding of a wound.
right, okay, right.
It's not a bleeding.
It's not the same.
Mm.
But still there's pain.
Hmm?
Still there's pain.
Yeah, the pain is a contraction of the uterus.
Yeah, we don't go through pain
See,
every month.
when the uterus breaks down, it contracts, and it breaks down. That contractual pain is there.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, we don't go through pain like that every month, whether there is pain or not. But still, a woman kind of goes through that, and very hard for a man to comprehend because,
Same thing with delivery pain. Men will go delivery pain.
yeah, the biology of the man and women is very baffling and weird, Lacha.
Only the sexual part and the feeding part. That's all thing.
Why? Okay, I understand women breastfeed, so they have nipples. Why do men have nipples?
Just like why women got clitoris.
We're sensitive also down
Our
there.
penis has clitoris. It's a
Yeah.
degenerated one.
We also got sensitive spot down there.
Yeah, same lah.
But for a nipple, what?
You have to have nipple. By normal.
Yeah, exactly. So why do we need nipples?
God knows.
Same like why women have orgasms. It's like I don't know. Pleasure. It seems like it's just for pleasure, because
Yeah.
nipples are very sensitive,
Yeah, possible.
Yeah.
Partly, yeah.
So some
The breast
things,
also got pressure, what?
so some things in the human body is created solely for pleasure. No other reasons. Can you say that?
Maybe.
Medically?
Maybe.
What are the use for nipples on men? What is the use for nipples on men if it's not just pleasure?
Because initially one, then went to, so I don't know. Nature created that way. Okay, you don't develop your breasts. You just leave it as you're born with.